Oh, we're in the picture.
Oh, you can see it, that's good.
Yeah.
As long as you can see it. You're going to come over here, girl, or you're going to be camera shy?
I will be camera shy like I always am. I'll sit here.
It doesn't like being on the camera.
Okay.
Anyway, my name is Womble.
Womble?
Womble.
Alright.
I'm the manager of the Bikers Hangout Radio, also co-presenter with my Mrs. Denise. We do a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
And I do 2 shows, different shows a week, and I play just one of your songs today.
Oh.
Every Wild Heart, I love that song.
Every Wild Heart?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do, I love that song.
Yeah.
You should be blasting that one out today, actually.
So what's your radio station about?
Well, it's for bikers. It's a rock, mainly a rock station. It's called Bikers Hangout Radio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet Dawn.
I don't know that.
No, Beyond the Black.
I know that.
Yeah, One a Week.
No,
Powerwolf.
I know that.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I know exactly half of the bands.
There's the same bands out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I've actually got a friend of mine who lives in Lubeck.
Yeah.
He's the drummer with a band called Road Rock.
Mm-hmm.
They're only sort of local bands, so you probably never heard of them. That was the first German band we played.
No, it wasn't, it was Die Totenhosen.
That's the first German band you played.
Alright, that's the first.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll keep this short and sweet because I've never done this before, so I've got to cut
I'm
off.
honored to be your first guest.
Oh, that's good, that's good. I was going to ask you if this is your first time in the UK.
No, it's not.
No, definitely not.
I won't ask you that one then.
You can't ask me. It's not a wrong answer. Say yes, I have.
Would you say there's a difference between a German audience and audiences elsewhere in the world?
I would say there are slight differences in terms of participation.
As
The
in
show?
audience participation?
Yeah.
Your songs?
So when you start out as a small band in Germany, and that's the only type of audience you know, and then you kind of have an expectation when you go out of your own country, and you have an expectation to the audience, because German audience is all you know. And then you go to a different country, and then some of them, they participate more in the event, in the party,
Yeah.
and less in the music. And some audiences participate more in the music and less in the party. And I would say Germany is right in the middle. So they kind of party,
Yeah.
but they also listen.
But the rock scene is very big in Germany, isn't it?
I would say it's very focused on metal
Yeah, we've had noticed this.
and less in classic rock. You
Well,
know.
we tend to play a lot more classic rock, but we like to
Yeah.
find... Well, Denise spends, because I work, Denise spends most of her day hunting down new bands on the internet.
Yeah, I didn't say that there's no classic rock scene in Germany, but compared to the metal scene, it's
Yeah.
way smaller. So metal is one of the main things in Germany. You can see all these festivals like Wacken, and they are huge festivals, and they're dominated by metal.
I've been to Germany 3 times. I've been to Frankfurt, Lubeck, and Dusseldorf. Is that how you say it? Dusseldorf?
Yeah, Düsseldorf's.
Yeah, I've been there 3 times. I do deliveries. Lubeck, I actually went out there as a guest DJ.
Yeah.
Motorbike rally.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm guessing you haven't listened to Bikers Hangout Radio.
I wasn't aware.
You wasn't.
Now I am.
Is it your manager, I suppose, De Bill? Is that what you say his name? De Bill or Devil?
De Ville?
Yeah,
He's
he's
our
got
manager.
in contact with me.
Yeah, that's my manager.
Your manager, yeah. I think he might have heard of us because he seemed quite pleased. Who would you say are your influences music-wise?
My personal or band?
The band or yourself, or both?
Yeah, because that differs a lot. So the band, I would say, if you wouldn't know the band, and I should describe it and make it like accessible for you, like what it's all about, I would say we have a lot of 80s vibe, like a Bon Jovi, Bryan Adams kind of vibe, a little hotter than that.
I can hear a bit of that in some of your songs.
A little harder than that, because we get like, take a little bit of AC/DC, we take a little bit of Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Man after my own heart.
Yeah. And well, you know, because of in the band, Dizzy, for example, he likes like modern rock music way more. He likes Alter Bridge
Yeah, we play that
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So his guitar sound is way more modern than you would hear it in AC/DC or Lynyrd Skynyrd or something. You know, Norman, before we picked him up, he was full-time playing in an AC/DC cover band, so he is very well trained in those kind of stuff. You know, and Hardy and Urban, they love the Rolling Stones a lot, but they also dig like Guns N' Roses and Mötley Crüe and Kiss and all these bands, you know. And I'm kind of at the other side of the spectrum. We all agree on the Black Crowes, we all agree on Aerosmith and Lynyrd Skynyrd, that's what we all dig. But I go to the other side of the spectrum, and I love Steve Earle and Bob Dylan. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a great song. And I love soul music. That's what I would say is my main influence on my vocals. You can't hear it that much in this band, but I never trained to, or I never listened actually to really to singers that are that you would assume I listen to. So I never studied Bon Jovi or Axl Rose or all those bands because I studied other singers, Aretha Franklin and Marvin Gaye and Solomon Burke. Of course, I love Bob Seger and Paul Rodgers and Steven Tyler and Robert Plant and all those guys. But if you ask them what they listen to, they would tell you the same. They say like, we love soul music.
You've got quite a wide range.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I found out on my journey as a singer that the rock singers I liked were influenced by soul singers, and that's why I started digging into soul music, and that's when I realized, oh, that is why I love those rock singers more than others, because they have this element.
I'm not just saying this to make you feel good, but I actually haven't found a bad song on any album yet.
Nor have I.
Of ours?
Yeah, I haven't found a single song.
No, nor have I.
Normally you listen to an album, say like there's 10 songs on it, and you'll say, well, them 5 are good, them 3 are okay, don't like them 2. But I actually haven't found a single bad song.
That's
One I haven't liked.
Wow. It's
Whiskey Nightmare is one of my favourites.
yeah. That's,
And I can't remember the name of it.
that's the second or third song I've ever written. I was 23.
23, huh? That's a long time ago for me.
Yeah.
As this interview is for Bikers Hangout Radio, do any of you actually ride motorbikes?
I started last year.
You started last year?
Yeah.
Got your full licence?
I bought myself a Harley Davidson last year.
Oh, great! Well
She's a
done.
Harley fan. I've got a BMW.
Which one?
It's a Street Bob Softail.
Oh, nice.
Pretty strong engine, and I've waited a long time. It's always been like a secret dream of mine. At first, for years I've been a little distant to that scene, because on our first record we had a song called Without a Trace, and it was picked by the TV show Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And so, because we were the only not American band on that soundtrack, we were passed around all over Europe to every major biker event. You know, we were just playing biker events for a long time, and it was good. But I kind of it's hard to explain, because I don't want to put anybody down or something, but it was too much for me. So every time I saw a motorcycle was in this in this context of 10,000 people, and you know, and I never got to that point where I actually could picture that lonesome freedom aspect of it to myself. So I thought, like, if you ride a motorcycle, that's all you do. That was my impression. You're surrounded by 10,000 people, and that's all you got to do. So it never occurred to me.
And you should go to a bike rally in England, they're a lot smaller.
No, it's not about, you know, then I realized later, of course it's so obvious, but you know, if you just get in touch with a certain thing in a similar way and only in just one way, you don't think it through, and so there are other aspects to it or something like that. So you just think, like, it's not for me, you know. And I've never been like a club guy, you know. So
I've been done that one.
yeah, you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I never felt like drawn to that. So, and then later, I kind of started, you know, seeing, like, when you're on tour, to see like a motorcycle pass you by, and you know, he's got his his tent or anything, you know, attached to the back, and you see like this lonesome guy on his motorcycle, and you think, man, that actually looks cool, you know, that is the kind of, and so I started like thinking about, could you picture yourself doing that? But I always pushed it away because I rode tens of thousands of miles every year with the band.
Yeah.
So you're permanently in motion. So the last thing you think about is like, what do I do in my spare time? You know, just sit on another vehicle and.
All you got to do is sleep, really,
It's
isn't
very
it?
different to sit on a bike than it is to sit in a tour bus.
So you just think like you should get another hobby, like not being in motion, you know. But it kind of stuck with me, and then then last year I thought like, hey man, you know, just get your license and try, and then you figure it out. And then I bought myself a Harley, and I took it to Spain on a trailer, and I rode. It's about 3,000 miles or something.
Yeah.
That was the first day I got my license. I never
meant to do that on your first day.
I never sat on a Harley Davidson before in my life. And then before I even, I rode it at home for like 20 minutes. And then I decided this is gonna be one of the greatest things of my life.
Do you know how comfortable they are, though?
And not just the vibe, the feeling, the roaring of the engine and everything. So I got a trailer, put my Harley on the trailer. I drove it to Barcelona, and then I just like unload the Harley, got on the Harley with the tent and the back, you know, like a sleeping bag and everything. And then I just drove for 10 days, and I never stopped, and I rode 3,000 or 4,000 miles.
I would love to be able to do that again, but she didn't go that far.
So ever since I'm very, but I'm, like I say, I'm a lonesome rider.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I just drove a BMW as well the other day.
New one?
No, not really new. What's it called, G5 or something?
Yeah, GS.
GS.
Yeah. I've got a 40-year-old K100 RS.
Ah, okay, so it's a totally different thing.
Yeah, it's old.
Yeah, but the GS is kind of really...
It's
very comfortable as well, and it's so agile, you know. When you get a Harley, man, I almost fell off to that thing, you know, in the first curve, because when you used to ride Harleys and you take a curve, you have to really like, here we go, you know. And I did that on the BMW, and I was like, woo, you know. So that's
totally different.
Totally different ballgame, but you know, I could picture myself doing like a real like trans-country thing with a BMW, for example, and go like through like, you know, gravel roads and shit.
Like really what's his name did, didn't they, when they went across Africa?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I could picture myself doing that.
Yeah, I don't get old now. I think I'm too old for it. All the years you've been with the band, what would you say was your favourite gig or your favourite place to play? you not have a particular favourite?
There's no chance. Because it's different categories of amazing. So I remember getting the call that we gonna support or open up for Molly Hatchet back in 2010.
No.
So we were just a small band and we didn't even have a record out yet. So it wasn't even the New Roses back then, it was the Timmy Rough band or something like that. And we just recorded like a demo thing and
Was it the same lineup?
no, it was just Urban, the drummer, and me. And we had a different band back then because we weren't ready. It just happened. So we went on tour with Molly Hatchet, and it was the first time that you actually go into, like, I had a lot of experience playing stages because Urban and me, we had a cover band and we would play everything from Skinner, AC/DC, Elvis, Beatles, whatever, So we were very experienced in playing, but not winning an audience over that wants to hear original stuff. It's a whole different game to go to like a street fest or something, or to a party, a cover band night, and then you go out and play Living on a Prayer and everybody's like, not really paying attention to your performance, but they recognize the song, and that's pretty much it. And to go out in front of an audience and that doesn't know you and win them over with a song that you've written is a totally different game. And to see that happening, to experience that in your early 20s, that's amazing. That's a great feeling. It's a great feeling, and then you get like compliments from Molly Hatchet that was amazing too, and then everything started moving, and that is one kind of amazing, but standing in front of 25,000 people opening for Kiss years later, or the Scorpions, ZZ Top, Foreigner, whatever, Blackstone Cherry, Joe Bonamessa, you name it. It's a different kind of amazing, So
we all them, don't we?
Yeah, we play all of them.
Molly Hatchet,
Make a single band we don't play, yeah?
play a lot of Molly Hatchet.
Yeah, it's great.
Really?
So, but there's so many categories. When you go out of your own country first time you play a show in the UK, and you realize you go out on stage and there's actually people that know your stuff in a country that you don't go very often, and there's people out there that listen to your music, and it's a great, amazing feeling. So I can't decide what kind of amazing my favorite kind of amazing is, or what kind of favorite my favorite is.
Is it like a different gig gives you a different buzz?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can have the greatest time in a smaller venue like this tonight, or you can have a great time on an arena show, So, and we are lucky enough to experience everything of that.
I DJ'd mainly at biker groups, and I've gone from places where I've had half a dozen people standing in front of me, and I've had a great night, so I can see where you're coming from. And I've also played to 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like, but I didn't enjoy that as much as I enjoyed the small gig. It's a different buzz.
I wouldn't say that one thing is better than the other if you learn how to deal with it, So if you approach an arena show the same way as you approach a club show, it doesn't work, and it doesn't work the other way around as well. So you have to, and that's maybe one of the main duties of a frontman, to read the energy in the place that you're in.
It's the same as DJing.
You have to read the energy. I agree. So you have to read the energy, and then you have to find the right approach to invite everybody in on the party.
It's very hard to explain to somebody who hasn't sort of like stood in that position.
Yeah, it's 100% intuition. experienced intuition, I would say. So it's not like, oh, okay, he's doing that, so we take road B today, you know? It's not like that. You have to read that thing and then you have to kind of process that energy, and it takes usually 1 or 2 songs, then you kind of get the feeling like, okay, they need like a real rough approach, that's how they like it today, or they need like a smoother talking, you know, they don't want talking in between at all, they just want the songs tonight, or stuff like that, or they fuck the ballad, don't play the ballad tonight, that doesn't work, or let's play another ballad tonight, it's perfect. So you have to trust your gut and trust your experience.
So there you go, we're straight off the subject. I've got to ask you, where did you learn to speak English? English is amazing.
Is it?
I had a few German friends and they really struggle with English.
I know a few words, but not...
I would say German. Having English as your native language and learning German is way harder than the other way.
Yeah, I've been trying to learn French for the last 20 years, I can't get anywhere.
Yeah, I think when English is your first language, I think it's way tougher to learn any other language because you actually don't have to.
It's terrible. You got so.
No, I wouldn't say that, but I think you don't have to.
Do you learn English at school?
Yes, but you take it to a point where we're still, of course, here.
A tourist English.
Yeah, exactly. But for me as a musician, you had to ask yourself the question, why would I sing in English? Why not German? You know. And I thought, if I hear German rock bands that sing in German, as you see the Toten Hosen or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to criticize anybody. I just felt for myself, it's like this is not the sound, the flow, the groove that English rock and roll has.
You can appeal to a wider audience.
It wasn't that. For me, it wasn't that. It wasn't like a strategic move. It was a thing that I thought, when I hear myself sing in German, I don't like that sound. It's too edgy, it's too, has too many corners and it's too stiff, you know?
Yeah,
that's what I felt like when I played Icebreaker. They're good band, but it's sort of...
But Rammstein, for example, they put this, they turned this into an advantage. You know? Because just imagine, hear the term rock and roll, and it's a great term. It sounds very smooth. You're ready to roll, rock and roll. If you translate that into German, you say rock and roll. You have this, and that is very strong and very present, and it is, for my taste, like a counter to the flow in rock and roll music.
Some of the songs, especially Rammstein, it sounds very aggressive.
Exactly. They use it for their advantage.
Yeah. To
their advantage. So they take this, the German language, put it in the center, and build this edgy kind of stuff around that. But if you go like dun 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 dun, you want to boogie woogie, you want to party, that is a counter groove, and that's why I thought, that's the long way to the answer for your question. That's why I thought you need to. You want to build that groove. That's what fires you up with rock and roll music. Is that groove. It's that flow.
Yeah.
It's that smoothness. That's why I love Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis and everybody.
So do I.
So it's really flows.
Yeah.
So, and then when you start singing in English, you realize very fast that it's not enough. You can't just say the words in English. It has to sound like it. You have to really get the phonetic sound right. And I was fortunate enough to, let's say, grow up musical-wise in Wiesbaden, where we had the European headquarters for the U.S. military. And so I got the chance to play in those 3-4 bars around there.
That explains why your English seems to have a slight American tone to it.
100%. So I only played there, and that was good for me because I had places where I could play the music I was interested in. Because there weren't much bars and stuff around other towns where you could go and play Simple Man or something like that, and you would be appreciated. But because of all the American military people in Wiesbaden, I was actually pretty busy at the time because I was one of the few Germans that knew a little bit about American music and a little bit about I could pull off a Springsteen song and get away with it, you know. And so I got to learn, I got to meet many of those military guys and became friends with them. One of them is my all-time best friend till today. It's been 25 years, and I spent, you know, we lived together, and he showed me all the records that you could never get if you would just be German. You know, he showed me all the country artists and all these like B-sides of all, you know, Lynyrd Skynyrd and stuff.
Sometimes it's great B-sides.
So yeah, and I got to know that kind of music very well, very early in my life, and so I kind of learned the language there, being around with the military guys, and listening to the music all the time, and then I kind of got obsessed with it a little bit, and then I switched from only watching every movie in English, you know, never put on the translator, and I started reading my books in English.
Do you still think in German?
Not when I'm songwriting.
I always wondered about that because I mean I've got friends who.
It's a very good question that I don't get asked a lot. I'm actually thinking and feeling bilingual, I would say.
I don't think my brain would work that fast anymore.
There's certain categories of thought. When I do mathematics or stuff like that, I have a logical thought. I think in German. And when I do emotional thoughts, a lot of the times I switch to English because all my emotional processing, because of songwriting, works in English, you know. So when I think about how you doing, what's going on, are you sad, I switch, my brain switches to English many times.
I always wondered about that. I used to play a bike rally out in France called the Celtic Brothers, and they play, their bands have a lot of rock and roll bands and blues bands.
Yeah.
And they're all French, they all sing in English, but none of them can speak English.
Yeah.
I found that a bit strange because I went up and tried to talk to a couple of chaps.
Yeah, I know a lot of those people, and they don't even know what they're singing.
But
They just, you know, it's just the sound of the word that they're doing.
Yeah.
And they don't even know the lyrics. It's crazy. But it works, so whatever works for you, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll take up no more of your time. I quite enjoyed this. I'm quite pleased I've done this.
You've done a great
my
job.
first ever interview. Thank you very much, Tim.
Thanks for having me. It's great first time. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for spreading the word. All the best. Good luck for your radio
What
station.
time are you on?
I actually, it says here 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Okay.